So. In a nutshell, this is it. And that's already way too much said, because there isn't anything to say about anything, because that would mean that there would be something that we're talking about. But this is actually describing nothing. It's nothing, I guess you could say, being described. It doesn't need an introduction. It's a funny thing. There's always an introduction, but what the fuck are we introducing? Nothing. There isn't anything to be introduced or to introduce. Again, it would mean, maybe, I don't know, it could mean that there is something that needs to be gotten, that needs to be understood, that we are actually talking about something. And so let's introduce this. But the introduction is this. It's this as the words. It's this as the introduction. It's this as, I don't know what an introduction is. I have no clue. It's just, we're just basically saying nothing. That how the fuck could anything be seemingly known? This. It's that simple. Nothing else. There's no. So it could seem, maybe, because so much has been said about and is being said about this, right, with grand introductions by great speakers, right, that there's maybe someone has gotten something, and so that maybe you might need to get something, but there isn't anyone. So how would anything be gotten? How would anything be understood? How is this not this? So you see that's not an introduction. That's not a suggestion. It's not even being. There's no one suggesting that this is it. I don't know what this is, and I don't know what I don't know is. I don't know anything. Nobody does. Now there could be, maybe there could be an experience of I know this. Well, that's what is. That's all there is. That's what is. There is no state of unknowing. So I know, I don't know. I have no clue what that means. I still don't know. Right? Nobody does. So yeah, that's about it, really. It seems like there is something to get, but there isn't. And I don't know if it seems like there is something to get. I mean, I would say here there isn't anything that needs that. It doesn't feel like that. And it could be said that for a while it used to feel like that, but I don't even know that. How could I know that actually happened? I don't know. I have no fucking clue. It's just this. It's just life. And I don't know what life is. And so there is no time, there's no space, there's no location, I don't know. Honestly, I have no clue. No, there isn't. It's obvious that there isn't, but it's obvious to no one. It's obviousness itself. So it's because maybe it seems that we're talking about something, and so maybe because it seems we're talking about something, then this something will use words, space, time, me, know me, enlightenment, non-duality. No choice, no free will, the big one. There's no free will. I have no choice. Of course not, because there isn't anyone. But who would know that? I don't know. It's just obviousness itself that there isn't anyone. It can't be anything else but this. But this, what is? What seems to be happening? What's appearing to happen? But there isn't anyone that knows what the happening is. And so there is not a state of a non-happening. Now nothing is happening to me. That's it. I got the lottery. That's it. You might as well play the lottery. You might get something, because there isn't anything to get out of this, I don't know, meeting, you could say, sharing. Because again, it's nothing being described. So we're not talking about the thing that's called nothing or non-duality. It's nothing being described, nothing happening. But nothing happening is bound to be described with what seems to be words, what seems to be sounds, but it's the words are the sounds. They have no meaning. And if there is a meaning, that's too. If there seems to be a meaning. But what is a meaning? Again, no fucking clue. I don't know. So what is what is. There isn't anything to get. Liberation is a freaking story. It doesn't exist. No one gets liberated. No one awakens from a dream that someone was in before. No one gets something else. And if apparently there's something that's gotten €1 million, oh, good for you. I mean, what do you want me to say? That's what it is. That's what it is. And if there seems to be poverty, there seems to be poverty. And so it's a terrible, terrible introduction, because really it's nothing being introduced. There is no introduction to anything. It's a terrible message because there isn't anything to get. This is it as it is. If it's horrible, it's horrible. If it's good, it's good. And I want the good only. Well, yeah, sure, me too. Maybe. I don't know. I don't care. The thing is, there is no such thing as good and bad. It would take knowing what good and bad is. It would take knowing, period, for good and bad to be. So again, this is just talking. It's just talking. Or it seems so anyway, because again, I don't know what talking is. Nobody is talking and nobody is listening. If there is just seeming listening and there's seeming talking, but nobody is doing it. Of course not. I mean, it's obvious, but it's not known by anyone. It's not experienced by anyone. There isn't no one knows that there's no one, and no one knows that there's someone. So you just like you can't experience there is no one, obviously. Well, you can't experience there is someone either. I mean, and so if there is the experience, maybe that could be said, I don't know, the seeming experience of being someone, of being separate. Those big words once again. Well, that's what it is. But that still doesn't mean anything. It's just what's happening. I don't know that there is no one. Nobody does. It's just, there's only what's happening. Or so it seems anyway. So if there are questions or someone wants to share something, go ahead. There's no answer here. There's nothing is known. No one will get anything because it's all already as it is. But sure, go ahead. It's fun. Maybe actually it's a silly thing if you think of it. I mean, I don't know, right? But you could, I mean, maybe you could say it's a silly thing to have this kind of meetings, because it's a meeting. It's not a meeting because I still don't know what a meeting is, but commonly we'll call that a meeting, all right? And maybe, I mean, it's a meeting about nothing. There's no point. But the thing is, there is no point to anything. So, you know, why not? I don't know. But it's a silly thing if you think of it, really. And that's the whole joke. There isn't anything to get. This is it as it is. And it's a joke that doesn't even need to be funny. Wow. Anyway, you go if you want to share or question or whatever.
Well, hi everyone.
Hey, Karen.
So the funny thing is the intention, there was an intention that, or the belief that I don't know anything that you might know, so you can give me that thing so I know too. But actually, the thing is that it's the way around, is that I seem to know something that you actually don't know. I mean, that you don't know, or no, neither I know. There is no one who knows anything. And as you said, like, there is no one who knows what it is to be a person, and there is no one to know what it is to be. I mean, there is just, it's just an illusion of knowing somehow, knowing something, knowing. Yes, I don't know if I make sense somewhere there, if you understand.
No, it doesn't make sense at all. But you know, it's of course not. Nothing does. But sure. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I think, but yeah, that's what it is. Then you see, that's just yeah. I mean, I don't know that you don't know that. I don't know that I know I don't know. I mean, I don't know that. But so there's no authority here that can confirm, or you know, you see, that's the thing. Maybe when they're speaking, it seems maybe that there's something that's being affirmed, as in it's a fact. It's how it is.
Mhm.
And so if that's how it appears, that's how it appears. But that's still not knowing. It's just I don't know, the expression, you could say. You see. But so there's no authority here. Like, I mean, I couldn't possibly say, this is it, Karen. This is it for you. I mean, this complete nonsense. I mean, it's impossible. That's the whole point. I mean, there isn't a point, but it's yeah. So yeah, no, yeah, I don't know. You don't know. Maybe I know. I don't know what I know. Whatever. Blah blah blah. You know, it's just complete nonsense. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Because I mean, I yes, I sent you an email saying that there is this sense of person coming back, actually, you know. And
Yeah.
you answered like you killed everything in your
Did I now?
answer. Yes.
Oops.
You really chopped my head and somehow, and caught me there. But saying that even
All right.
this knowing that the person is there or not, or knowing that no person is there, is also part of, I mean, it's not, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't put it in words. I couldn't understand anything, but it was heard. Oh,
Right. Okay.
yes.
Cool. I still don't know what would be heard, but sure, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really the illusion of knowing somehow. And I mean, it's not even illusion, because no one is there to be delusioned, or for who is the illusion, you know? So it's.
But that's, yeah. I mean, there is, I mean, illusion is a word that's, I don't know, it seems to be used, and it's probably used here as well, you know, by Maxx. What did I say? By Maxx, like there is a Maxx. Like there's a thing that you couldn't say, right? Funny, really funny. So yeah, it's a word that seems to be used a lot, but because right, I mean, no one knows what this is. So illusion, yeah, seems to fit as a description, but there is no illusion. You know, there is, and again, I don't know that there is no illusion. It's just whatever. Maybe there is, but I still don't know what it is. I mean, nobody does. I mean, isn't that fantastic? And I don't know. It's just I don't know if it's fantastic. Yeah, you know, it's just whatever. Yeah.
It cannot be grasped.
Sorry.
It cannot be grasped. It's.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, no.
But it's like, say. See, I don't know what seeking is. You see. But I guess you could say there was a time, it seems there was a time where I knew what seeking is, and that was my That was my seeking. That was my experience, my search, my pain, mine. But I don't know that this actually ever happened. Seems so because there's a memory, see? And so, but again, what the fuck is a memory? No freaking idea. See? Really, it has no, like it's, I have no fucking clue, no freaking clue. But that's the freedom, you see, that we're in a way that we're illuminating here, the freedom that is already this, just this. Everything that seems to be. And so nothing is because it only seems to be. Maybe. What is seeking really? As if someone could be helped. I mean, that's the. I think someone to get out of their, I don't know, seeking trauma, pain, or whatever. As if there isn't. That doesn't exist. And that's the. I don't know. Sorry, Karen, I have no clue.
I have no clue neither.
Oh.
I mean, there is nothing I am waiting for, you know, from this. There is nothing to get. I mean,
No.
In that sense.
Yeah. Well, there isn't. Yeah.
Yes.
But if you do get 1 million euros, you can share with me. That I'll be happy about that. Sure. But yeah. No, there isn't.
Even the sense of wanting to get out of unpleasant experience, we have to put a lot of brackets here. is also this. So it's really, it's just, yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing. There's everything is this. There's this, like, it's. I guess it's a good description to say that nothing is not this or everything is this. It's that simple. So what else could be said, really? Well, I don't want this. Well, yeah, okay, sure, but that's what is. That is this. That's what is. I mean, it's a funny thing to think or to experience. So I don't know that there might be something to get. That there might be something that will see. This is not enough. So then there might be something that like breathing is not enough. Sitting on a sofa is not enough. Talking is not enough. Watching a movie is not enough. Blah, blah, blah. And so it might be something that will get me out of that unacceptable situation. Well, I mean, that's what it is then.
Thank you. I let the other two share. Thanks, you.
Karen. Cheers. And some? Just water.
Hi, Max. It's Mikey Mike.
Hey, Mike. Mikey Mike.
Yeah.
Mikey Mike. Love it. Mikey Mike.
Yeah, there's always so many Michaels. So.
Right. So good for Mikey Mike. Yeah.
Exactly. And I never like being Michael number something, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. I was the one that emailed you earlier today.
All right. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome. I haven't done anything.
You haven't done anything?
No. I mean, go on. Sorry, go on.
Oh no, I was just gonna just go on. I was just gonna kind of reiterate what I said in the email. That your interplay between you and Karen on the 26th of May Sangha that was on YouTube was just, there was a sense of falling away, and like I said in email, there was this idea that there's no person to feel sorry for. And I didn't even know I had that belief, but as soon as I had that, there was just like, yeah, falling away after, 20 years of seeking. Or no, I'm sorry, 2011, so 12 years of seeking.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know what that means, or if it's true, or if it's real, or whatever, but
No idea.
yeah.
It's just, you see, what this is saying is I hear what you're saying, absolutely. And so that's what it is. You see, you're just describing what is the experience, the apparent experience, let's say. You see. So okay, that's it. That's it then. That's what's going on. That's all there is to say about this, really. It's just that there never was seeking, maybe you could say. But even saying there is no seeking, I mean, I don't know. It depends what is heard with the word seeking. But I guess saying there is no seeking kind of makes sense, describes it. That this was an illusion, blah blah blah. But yeah, what else could be said? It's just what's happening to happen, and basically no one knows what it is. But it's not a state of not knowing. If you see what I mean, it's just what's going on, like just. Maybe, probably.
Yeah, I don't know how you define seeking, because I wouldn't have defined it 12 years ago the way I would now. But yeah, it's just a dropping away in terms of the whole thing being not needing to be self-referential. I think that was the beginning of the seeking, is this idea that, oh, I should do something, or I should be doing something different, or I should look at myself differently than I am, or
yeah, I see what you mean.
And then, but there's no need for that.
No, there isn't.
No.
But then again, you see, if that happens, that's what it is as well. You see, so you see, this is not just sharing to say, well, there is something to get. It's literally saying this is it as it is. But yeah, if let's say nothing can be heard, it can be heard really that this is it, and so there can be an indescribable non-experience, I almost want to say, you see, of just, oh my God, that's it then. You see, so pretty much what you described, I guess, but I don't know, like it's just, you see, no one will ever know your experience, and there's no my experience, you hear what I'm saying, but yeah, it's this as that. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
I think it feels fresh, so it's fun to talk about, but there's nothing to
talk about.
But it's like I want to talk about something.
Yeah, no, I completely understand that.
Yeah.
I think that's the only reason, if any, there isn't a real reason, but why I do this. It's I enjoy. It's just a passion. It's a very clear liking of talking about what can't be talked about. I mean, to me, if that's not the most interesting thing in the world, because it's not a thing, it's not a subject. I mean, tell me what is. See what I mean? But again, that's obviously just an opinion. They can be an apparent falling away of something. I almost don't want to say it, because there really is nothing to fall away. That's the whole joke. There really isn't. But I hear what you're saying, and there can be an apparent falling away of whatever, and never, ever, ever mention it. It's possible. You see what I mean? But sure, I mean, exchanging for no reason. Awesome, like awesome.
Yeah, and there's also a sense that now I have so much time.
I get you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit like what the fuck was I doing before? I mean, the whole, again, describing what can't be described, but what seems to be seeking, what seems to be something heavy, what seems to be someone really, it can have a very, very heavy side. I mean, for me, it really was, and heavy is putting it mildly. I was depressed, angry, and ups and downs, yeah, I mean, if that seemingly lifts, oh, but again, you see, it's this is storytelling. You see, this is complete storytelling, and this whole meeting is nothing but storytelling, and so nothing is real, nothing is solid, but sure, at the same time, of course, I hear what you're saying. There's, in a way, that it feels like there's more time now. Yeah, I can hear that, absolutely. It's funny, like it's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's an inherent enjoyment of storytelling.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But then again, you see, it's just, sorry, yeah?
Oh, no, I was just going to say, even if there's no story to tell, right? You still want to tell a story.
Yeah, sure, exactly. It's just, yeah. But then again, all that is literally a story, because, I mean, whatever, you know, can start crying, you know, for all I know, can start, it's all this, all what's going on, it's all just freely happening. And there is no actual moment when there would be what is called a shift, you see? Because that's if a so-called shift seems to happen, then it's basically seen that that's part of this seeming never-ending story. But somehow, well, I don't know. Look, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's this. It's this as it is, yeah. And no clue what it is. Because it's not a something, it's not an it, it's not a, just life, like, you know, just big words to describe what is commonly called life, I guess. But there's no knowing life, I would say.
Hey, Max.
Hey, buddy.
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm ready to go on holiday tomorrow. I gotta leave at 4 a.m, seriously. For me. But anyway, yeah, I'm good.
Well, you can't go anywhere, so it's okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, so yeah, there's no liberation. There's nothing to get, nobody that can get anything, all that stuff. Nothing. It's just nothing. But at the same time, there's the feeling of being someone, and the feeling of knowing something has this heaviness to it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and then that can change to a lightness, which we can tell a story of, well, the me went away, or the veil went away.
Yeah.
So there's these two things. I mean, I don't know how they go together. It's not logical. It doesn't make sense. No. But it's like these two real important things that we keep pointing to. There's nothing, there's no one, this is all just nothing. And there's no one to see that. And seeing it never happens. We talk, you know, we like to point to that because that's a big, important thing. And then also the fact that, you know, there's a heaviness that goes along with having this feeling of being someone, and that can go away, even though nothing can happen. Anyway,
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's what's being illuminated.
yeah,
It's that it's the indescribable. But yeah, I mean,
but it doesn't
you
make
gotta put
sense.
it. It doesn't at all, and you gotta put it. Whatever is said has an apparent context, I would say. So, I mean, nothing's happening, but something seems to be happening, right? So, I mean, again, that's the whole context, really. So, in what context would anything go away? Well, nothing. But yes, of course, that's the whole. If there is no point to these meetings, but if there was a point that would be maybe to eliminate this non-happening of something seemingly changes and nothing has changed, but that's all the change, basically. If that somehow makes sense, I guess.
A change that doesn't happen and can't happen and doesn't happen to anyone, and it's just a story, a meaningless story, but at the same time, it's a big deal, and we talk about it all the time because at the same time, it is different. It does make a difference.
It's what's longed for. So I mean, but that's the thing. Whether it's, let's say, consciously or knowingly longed for, you see, you don't know what it is, but there's a longing, or whether it's not, that's what's longed for. What's going on, without an extra layer of, I don't know, this is not enough, or without the indescribable that we're trying to describe, that is not describable, yet that seems to be described because, well, it seems that it's what we're doing. You see what I mean?
Yeah, it's a difference that doesn't make any difference for someone who doesn't exist and isn't there, isn't here. But at the same time, it's a big deal. It's a big difference. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's never going to make sense.
Never. Well,
But
which
it's
is why.
also why we're here.
Sorry.
I just said it, but it's also why we're here.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why I talk, and that's why I love talking or hearing or just chatting with you or with anyone anyway, but chatting with you about it and not fighting about it. There's some people that like say, "Oh, it's like this, it's like that." I'm like, look, that honestly don't know about you, but that doesn't interest me. I don't see the point. But chatting for the sake of chatting, yeah, that's about nothing. Like this absence of reality or whatever. Yeah, it's phenomenal. Like, how is that even possible? It's not. Yet it seems that it's not possible, but we can't say it's impossible either. So that's why ultimately, I mean, the most honest thing I could say, and yet that's still a story, of course, but the most honest and straightforward thing I can say is 3 words: I don't know. Period. But then I almost want to add, and I don't even know that I don't know. You know what I mean? And then it's it's already more than 3 words. But yeah. Yeah. I like your purple T-shirt.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I dressed up for the occasion.
Oh, thank you. I'm honored. Because in the end, I mean, I guess you could say that that's one of the seeming big questions. Why are we here? And so you could say we're describing why we're here, talking about nothing. But so how could we be here if there's nothing, but we can't be here? And so that seems to be maybe one of the big questions. Why are we here? But there is no why. And so why this meeting? Well, there is no reason. Why is there seeming exchanges? Well, there is no fucking reason. But why not? I mean, it's just what's going on. But why are we here? No one is here.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah, we're not here at all.
Yeah.
But at the
Exactly.
same time,
yeah.
and there could even be a result from all of this, you know, like Mikey was talking about, you know, talking and having this thing happen, you know,
Yeah, absolutely.
even though
Absolutely.
nobody's
That's
here.
awesome. That's awesome because it is what's longed for, right? I mean, Mike, I don't know if you see what I mean if I say that, but it's what's longed for, right? I mean, just that's what you describe to be the falling away of don't even know what, but you know what I mean? Just I don't know, that's
I don't want to interrupt, but I would say I would venture to say it would be the falling away of seeking.
That's what we call it.
yeah. Yeah.
Because there's nothing to find.
Exactly. It's awesome, right? Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Yeah.
the universe was caught red-handed.
The universe was?
The universe was caught red-handed.
Right, yeah, pretty much, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, oh, I was found out.
Yeah.
The universe caught itself.
Yes, the universe caught itself red-handed. There you go.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. It's cool.
Hello.
Hey, Julia.
Hi, Max.
Hiya.
It's I don't know. It really is like I have no idea why I'm here. But like I have no idea. What I know is that I'm just enjoying it. Like it's so much fun just sitting here listening to this. And yeah, it's just weird. But yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. It's like it's kind of obvious in one way. Like there's no location, and it's pretty scary. Like
Yeah.
when you were doing the introduction talk, I felt was so much fear coming, and I just started to laugh so much. But it was so much fear because there's no location. There's like no time. And yeah, I don't know. But it's also very relaxing.
Yeah.
You know? It's like really chill. You can just chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. It's yeah. I mean, because even if there is fear, right? It's just what's going on, but it's not like I don't know. It's not like anything. It's not like it's just fear. I mean, what's the big deal? You know? And if it's a big deal, well, fuck that. It's a big deal. I mean, I don't know, right? It's just
Yeah.
yeah.
It doesn't matter. It really is like, I mean, what's happening here is like, it seems like I'm just chilling here, like on the couch, but there's like so much chatter going on about what's happening, you know? Like so many
Okay.
stories, like why I'm sitting here and like what I'm looking like. There's like, but it's also not there. Like it's just very. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea why I'm here, but there seems to be chatter about why I'm here, you know?
Yeah. But you see, that's the point, I guess, that you're not here.
Mm.
There isn't anyone. And I mean, that's it. There isn't anyone. And there isn't anyone to know that, you see? So it's not like it's not something that comes from how can I say, a place of knowing that, you see? Like, because again, there's no location. What would be the location of knowing? I mean, what are we even talking about? You know, I mean, yeah. But there's no place of unknowing either. Where would that location be? So yeah, there just isn't anyone.
Mm.
It's actually that obvious. Yeah, it's just, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
How could you teach that? You see, how could you? What are we even? Yeah, exactly, right. It's so freaking nonsense. It's like
It's so funny. So funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I see a lot. I mean, in the Anglo-Saxon world as well, but in the French, let's say, non-dual world, they call that non-dual explorations and stuff like that. And so I have a look, you know, like I'm intrigued. I'm gonna, because I'm like, you know, maybe just we're talking about the same thing. And some of them, the words are like, oh my God, what's explained? It's beautiful. Like you wanna, you know, it's another way, path to enlightenment, that kind of crap. Do you know what I mean? It's another path. It's another fucking religion, like. And so, and it's like, and those people will say, yeah, but of course you can show it to people, but no, you can't show it to people because there isn't anyone. It can't be shown. That's the point. That's the whole point. It can't be shown. It can't be. It's actually that simple. It's a killer. What would you show? Where? What location? Where would it be? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Before I couldn't really, I was really into spirituality before, and I couldn't listen to these things anymore. Like Muji, I just felt like, no, it's like I'm allergic. But today I was listening to it a bit and I just started to laugh so much because it's just so funny. It's just so funny to hear someone sit and like, yes, tap into the awareness. Soon you will be there. Like it was like watching comedy. I was like, wow, this is the funniest thing ever. Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It is funny. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, but just like that, you see this type of, I don't know, meeting here, same thing. What the fuck are we doing? Like, what's the point? What are we showing to anyone? What do you mean? Of course it's this. Of course it's this conversation as the conversation.
Yeah.
You know, as it is.
Yeah.
Of course. What else? I mean.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. 100%. Thanks for sharing. It's very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's cool.
I think that the whole point in spirituality is this trying to find who am I, right? So I am pure awareness or whatever, but actually there is no I, there is no self, there is no awareness even, there is just this as it is.
Yeah. Whatever it is.
Yes.
Whatever it is, it's not. It's not an it. That's why it's not. That's why it's not. Ergo, nothing is happening. But who would know that? Who would comprehend that? No one. Of course, because there isn't anyone. And then you have the whole circle in a nutshell. See, it's just nothing is happening. Period. Unknowable. Period. Yeah.
Because to say that something is happening really means that there's someone who knows that something is happening.
Yeah.
If there's no one there who knows that something's happening, then nothing's happening. So it's really that there isn't anybody who knows anything. We don't know if anything's happening. Who
No.
That's the whole thing. But
It's a fun meeting tonight. I like it. Yeah, yeah. That's the whole point. But again, that's the whole point. I'm not implying there is a point because there isn't one. That's just. But how talking about this is bound. I mean, a single word is bound to seem to be a word, and so it seems that there is something, but there just isn't. Holy fuck.
It all comes from the idea that I'm here and I know something. I know that I'm here. I know what the world, whatever. It all comes from that.
Yeah, and I really love the way. Oh, sorry, buddy.
Go ahead. No, go.
That I was just going to say I love the way you phrased it because it comes from the idea that I know. The idea that I know. You said it all right there. It's an idea. Of course, no one knows. You know what I mean? It's brilliant. It's that. Yeah.
And the idea that I'm here as something.
The idea you're here. Yeah. Well, yeah, the idea I'm here, so I know, or yeah.
Yeah, they kind of go together.
It does. Well, I'd say, I guess, I don't know, but I'd say knowing is me, the person, in a way, or and so is seeking. It's the same. It's knowing is seeking. Seeking is knowing. And yeah.
I think so.
But even the idea, I am here, this idea, no one owns this idea, neither.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
No one has ever had that idea.
Yeah. No one's saying, yeah, no one is saying no one has ever had that idea. And yeah. It's just obvious. But to no one, of course, I mean, just obvious. That's why the word's just obvious and not obvious to me or whatever, just obvious. So, I always would say simple, but it could make it seem again that, you know, we're talking about something actually, but really we're not. But that said, I mean, the seeming paradox is that until it's seen that there isn't anything to see, or until it's realized that there isn't anything to realize, it can be a very, very tricky game, if I can say so, of just, well, looking or suffering in a way, because it doesn't kind of goes in pairs and doesn't mean that there is no suffering at all. It's just, I don't know, no one can know what suffering is. So, I mean, if there's sadness, but still no one knows what sadness is, and no one experiences sadness. But so long as it's not, as that's what's being shared as it's shared is not seemingly seen, well, it can be freaking painful. Can be. It doesn't have to be, but it can be, yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's really not serious what I'm about to say, but it can be a serious thing we seem to be talking about. It would be serious if it was a thing, right? It would be serious if it was real. If there was real someone here, life would be could be very serious if there was someone to be serious, but there isn't. Mikey saying, sorry, what you're saying, Mike? Sorry, you can talk, Mike. Go ahead.
Use your mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt your flow. I just was asking a clarification question. What can be painful?
No idea. No idea.
How did I know you would say that?
No, I guess what I'm trying to say is that the seeking can be very painful. You know, just feeling like someone. So until it's seen that there's nothing to see, that this is it or whatever. Well, yeah. So maybe I'm saying maybe it's a serious thing. This kind of meeting, it could be, for example, you see, but because it's all what is seriousness, apparent seriousness anyway, is what is. Of course, because it's apparent seriousness. So of course, it's what is because it's apparent. Of course, right? I mean, and it seems because it just seems. And so I don't know what serious would be, but it could be serious if there actually was someone. Period. If there actually was someone. Could be. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think seeking is frustrating. So in that sense, it's painful.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't stop it. That's the whole point. You can't stop it.
Yeah.
But that's a great thing. You can't stop it. You can't.
Yeah.
I mean, again, sorry, yeah.
Because you can't conceptualize it.
What would be conceptualized anyway? Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But that's why it's frustrating or painful because you have this, you know, we have this brain and we, you know, feel like we should be able to, like, it should give us answers, just like math or spelling or quantum physics. You know what I mean? It's like,
right.
We want to know what's the missing link. What was the Big Bang? Like, we want to know. We have these incredible curiosity, really.
And the funny thing is, say we want to know. So me would be knowing itself. So knowing wants to know, but there is no knowing in the first place. So this is just, and that's, I guess that's why it's frustrating, because it's something that seems to be happening, which is not really happening, which seems to be seeking, which is not actually seeking. So it seeks for an answer, but it never will be an answer. And if an answer is seemingly found, it's not enough, because it's just a seeming answer. And so what the fuck are you going to do with that? Nothing. And so it can go on and on and on and on, but there isn't any ever a seeming answer found, because there's not even a question in the first place. Because it would take a question to be real, to be known as a question, for there to be an answer or a questioner. And there isn't that. It doesn't exist. So again, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, really, what's appearing? Yeah, that's it. What's appearing to happen? What seems to be? What that which has no word, really. That which isn't and is simultaneously. Life. I guess we could go with life, makes it easy, you know. And so if there's a seeming question of what is life, well, there is no answer, because no one knows what life is, and no one is alive to know it, to experience it, to experience such a thing called life, as if it was a thing. It's not a thing. There is no thing. There are no things at all. Yet it seems there are, but there are not, because it only seems there are. And the because could imply a real causality, but it's not what I'm saying. It's just the word because, as the word because, that is what seems to be. Just like saying it's what seems to be is what seems to be. And so it's this as that, nothing else. Maybe everything else. I still have honestly no fucking clue what I'm saying.
Max, do you have a good metaphor for life, for what life is? A day at the beach, a garden party, the 100th monkey?
Whatever appears to be.
Mm-hmm.
Anger, sadness, joy, questioning, no questioning, eating, smoking too much in my case at the moment. quitting smoking, in my case, hopefully soon, blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't have a metaphor. I'd say life is the metaphor for this, what cannot be said. Yeah, I like that. Life is the metaphor.
Pretty good.
Life is the metaphor. Wow. Yeah.
I think that's going to be the title of this video on YouTube. Yeah, we nailed it. Thanks, Mike. Awesome. There is no life. I mean, it's unbelievable. There is just no life. So yeah, life is a metaphor, I guess, is a good metaphor for that thing that seems to be life, which isn't. Which of course no one has, because there isn't anyone. Of course there isn't anyone because there is no life. And so someone and no one is all just metaphors. It's all just words, all just, and I don't know what a word is.
Could say life is how nothing seems to appear.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that.
To no one.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's why in the end, you know, I don't know. Guess as well, I think. It still doesn't grasp this because nothing does, but I don't know, or there is only this, there's only what is, what seems to be happening. That's it. It says it all. And then whatever is said is just storytelling, just having fun or seeking, or having fun while seeking, for what I know, you know? I don't know. Because you see, that's the thing, it's seeking like it's an issue, but it's not an issue. No one is born with the idea of seeking, with any idea anyway. No one is born in the first place anyway, but as a body, no one is born being someone. That's something that's obviously seemingly learned, seemingly masked or copied, or I don't know. I have no clue once again, but I guess that could be said as a poor or rich, I don't know, explanation, which is still just an explanation, but I guess that could be said. And so what are we talking about? Like, what's a way to this thing called life? What? It's not a thing. It's that obvious, that simple, that. But so seeking would be an issue, but no one's born with the idea of seeking. So again, that what is seeking? I don't know, but the seeker knows that. It seems so. It seems to me that the seeker knows that there isn't anyone. So what seems to whom? You see, it's just again, blah 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 blah. I mean, isn't that freaking wonderful? To just this, it's this, and so yeah, unconditional love, absolutely, of course. I mean, but not as an idea of love. It's just a word. It's just. I mean, what this seems to be people talking, yet there are no people. There is no actual talking. There's no background white. There's no or red here, or the blue from Julia, or purple from Dan's lovely T-shirt, and yet all that seems to be, and all that can be described because it's just being described. So of course it can be described because it just has been, apparently anyway. Ooh, I said it apparently. And and I mean, if that's not unconditional love, if that's not the beauty of just this as it is, tell me what is. But beauty is also ugly, is also, because don't know what ugly is. It's, as far as this is concerned, it's just a guy that loves to talk about everything being nothing. That's it. And so if there's a crowd with whom we exchange, my God. My God. My God. Yep. Would anyone like to add something?
Just that what you said was so beautiful. Like,
Oh, thank you.
yeah, like seeking, like who said it was an issue? Like that's just another idea that it's like an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Well, it is. I guess. I mean, I don't know that it is an idea or what is seeking, but who said it was an issue exactly? It's not. It's just not real. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Beautiful.
You're so poetic today. Love it. Thanks, Tanya. Oh yeah, there you are, Tanya. I haven't seen you, Tanya. Where are you? Ah, and there's Jennifer too. Oh, and Vic. Oh. Well, thank you, guys. Anyone else? I mean, we can go on. I think it's awesome, but Dana, Vic, Mikey, Karen, Jennifer, Tanya. No. Okay then. Well, thanks. That was a lot of fun. There isn't anything to say ever. That's the point. That's the point. There isn't anything to say about the so-called it. There isn't. All that was said is nothing but a story. I don't know if that was said. It's just that it seems it was said. And so it seems it was said. Well, that's what is. That's what seems to be. Thanks, Vic. Yeah. All right, then. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Thanks, Ali. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Max, and everyone.
Thank you, guys. It was lovely. Love you all.
Thank you, Max.
Bye-bye. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.